Hey everyone, today I want to show you all about formula fields in reports and how that really opens up a lot of opportunities. It's a little different and a lot more powerful than calculated properties. So first off, I'm in my demo account, the Even Bound HubSpot demo account. If you click on that, you're going to go to your product updates down at the bottom. Once you click on that, it's going to always bring up new to you. You want to go to all, just so in case you may have already looked at this, formula fields, and there they are, and we're going to join the beta. So if you haven't joined, you agree with everything, and so then it's going to take a few minutes. So I'm going to pause this video, and I'll be back to show you how this works in your custom reporting. Real great tool. Okay, so I've given it a few minutes so that that beta could get uploaded and started on my portal. So we're going to go into reports. And then we're going to go ahead and in the upper right, create a report. And we're going to go to custom reports. The only place formula fields are available is in custom reports. You can't do a single object or any of the others. So custom reports, hit next. And then it's first going to ask you what data sources you want. I'm just going to pick a few random ones. I'll start with deals. Let's do that. And then I'm going to add more data sources. We'll go with like contacts, and maybe we'll do some sales activities. We'll do like calls and emails. Just trying to show you what's available, but really the possibilities are pretty limitless. I had to use this for a client of ours where I was just trying to extract a specific portion of their deal name. That was a great use case for it. So I'm going to show you that here, but I'm going to show you also another one. So first off, what's going to show is formula fields will be down here, kind of in the middle, and create a formula field. So you can pull in whatever you'd like to do. I'm just going to go with a simple table, so it's very easy to see what I've done. We'll just do, let's just do a name. Let's kind of go with deal name and contact. I want to do name. We'll do like the last name of the contact and kind of go from there. Now, what I'm going to show is we'll create a formula field. And in this particular case, I was doing a small bit of coding, and where you're just trying to get the first four digits of excuse me, 6 digits of the deal name, because I have some deal names that maybe have like 2 letters and 4 digits, 4 numbers, and things like that. So you can put that formula in there, but the other thing, and I'll just leave that formula, but you could show, I want to do count, and then we could insert a property. They call them fields here. So we could count annual revenue, and it's going to give me this red. It's showing that there's some issues. And so I'm going to say, okay, there's a problem with your input. It might be that I've got this second one here. Yep, because that goes away. So let's just see how this works, and then we'll come back to the other one. Now, one of the things I need to do, so I'm going to create the formula, and I'll just call it test substring, so we can show that. There we go. And all right, and now it's got the formula field here. It's interesting because you can't really scroll down to get. Now, it does only give you 5 total formula fields, so you can only use 5 in one report. But I'm going to put that right here. And it should then just show up in this column. All right, so you can see it's grabbing the first 4 things of a first 4 digits of the deal name here. And it's even grabbing the space. And so it gives you that new formula field right there. So that's one use case. Like I said, the possibilities are pretty much endless. Let me show you another one. Okay, so I want to show you some other fun things about formula fields. First, we're going to create another one, and there's a lot of functions available, so you can kind of look here and just see what can you do besides substring or numbers, count, date difference, all sorts of things that you can come up with, if-then statements. I'm just going to take a average, and it immediately brings up that formula. You've got to get your cursor, your mouse right there in between, and then you can insert a field. So that would be a property. I'm going to just do the number of associated deals. So let's just see it. Oops, associated. There we go. We've got this one. Number of associated deals comes up, no issues. Now, I don't know what's going on here. The data is no longer available for this report. Normally, you will get a preview of your formula field and how it'll look to everything. So you can do that. Also, so then we'll call this test 2, and I'm going to create the formula. And so we're going to see the average number. And now I'm right here in my formula fields, and I've got test 2. I'm going to put it right here. And it's showing a green, meaning it's a number field. I'm going to move me out of the way. And we've got the average number of contacts that are part of that deal. So all sorts of things we can do. I'm going to go into create formula again. And I just want to show you some of the other features. You can create a new formula using AI. If you don't feel like going into your ChatGPT or other LLM tool to figure out, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, you can ask the questions. And so like it's got how many days has it been since deals were created? I should say, how many days did my contact stay in the life cycle stage of um, uh, let's see, we're going to go leads, sales, qualified lead, and marketing. Qualified, this a little out of order. Qualified lead before becoming an opportunity. And so we'll add that and we'll see what AI can come up with. It might take a few minutes. So it's giving me feedback, and I can then add more information to it. So, and I won't spend time doing that here, but I could then say, hey, you know what? Let's try this again. I'll add more qualifications, things like that. It did come up with something, but it didn't quite work. And so it's going, hey, what are we doing here? Another thing, there are common formulas here. So if there's anything that you're thinking, hey, somebody's probably already come up with this, these are some pretty good helpful things. You can kind of do that, and we'll call this test 3. So this, you can see this was how long, actually, and so let me go back to that formula. That was the average length of the sales cycle. So we use that, we can create that formula, and it's got access to the deals. Remember, you've got to get your data sources to be able to create those formulas and data sources here. So let's put test 3 in there and see what kind of numbers we come up with here in our thing. And so this tells me my average sales cycle right here. So that's a good, big, helpful tool there. The other one last thing, no, I've already showed you everything in there. I'm going to cancel. Wanted to make sure I covered everything there. And then if you decide, hey, I don't like that formula, I don't need that formula anymore, and I've only got 2 remaining, you can just go here and it will remove it and delete that formula field. All sorts of helps with this. It works very, very well in more ways than a calculated property can do. It has a lot more functionality than a calculated property, and you can put multiple data fields, multiple objects, multiple properties together more than you can do in a calculated property. So this formula field is a great way to solve some of those more difficult reports that your clients may be asking for. Hope this helps. Take care.